Let's say a very good afternoon to our George Savarikis from the island of Oahu. What a tough day in the office it is for you, George.
The breeze is picking up a little bit, so it's getting tougher this afternoon, but a nice start for those on the PGA Tour to kick off their year for the first time here at the Sony Open at Waialae Country Club. You mentioned some of those big names. A year ago at this time, Sahith Theegala would have been one of those at the forefront. It was just outside the top 10 in the world golf rankings, had played in a President's Cup, was on this trajectory where he was on the short list of names to think this guy could be a breakout star in 2025. Had to deal with an oblique injury, didn't play well, has now fallen outside the top 100. So it's fascinating to see him come into 2026, the range of outcomes for Sahith Theegala. Will he look like the guy in 2024 who was a fringe top 10 player, or is he going to look like the injury-plagued guy a year ago who wasn't in his top form? I asked Sahith, when you look at the last 2 years, how do you zoom out and digest those as you spin it ahead to 26?
Kind of feels like a reset. I feel like a rookie again, just kind of a lost season last year and just healthy. So happy about it. It's just awesome to see everyone. I feel like everyone's fired up at the start of the season and want to get off to a good start, but also we're at one of the chillest places in the world. So it's a great combo. And yeah, I think all of us are just really excited to be here, especially with some of the new changes and know how tough it is to even stay on the PGA Tour. So just happy to be here.
When you zoom out and look at the pendulum swing from 24 to 25 and then into 26, how do you view it through that lens?
Yeah, it's just life. It's like golf's a microcosm of life, and I know that's a overused kind of cliche, but it really is. You're gonna have your ups and downs. It's never linear. Sometimes those guys at the top make it look too easy, and yeah, I think just there's a lot of lessons to be learned. Definitely more so when you're struggling than when you're on top. So yeah, it's put in a good amount of work over the off season, just like everyone has, but I really feel like it's starting to show into results. And I feel like my mental space is great. I feel very confident about what could be this year. Not going to be too results oriented, just keeping the same mindset I've talked about the last couple of years of everything kind of feels like a bonus. Just moments here and there of gratitude, of just reminding yourself that I'm on the PGA Tour and this is what I want to do as a kid, and it's still a dream come true. And just because I might not be having the results I had a year and a half ago doesn't mean I'm still not living that dream out. So yeah, just going to try and make the most out of it and not squander this opportunity.
What's the balance between having that mental attitude you talk about, getting physically healthy, and then any changes within your game as well?
Yeah, I think everyone will tell you the hardest part about not being physically 100% is mentally you want to go more than 100%. You want to put in all that extra work. You want to outwork everyone. You want to feel like your game is where it wants to be. But when you're not there physically, you just can't do that. You have to take time off and rest and get your body back to 100%. I think that's more important than even getting your game in the right place. Because once you have that baseline of your body being healthy, then you can really dive into the golf stuff. So that's my main goal this year, is just to make sure my body's 100%. And we found some really nice things over the off season that it's a lot easier track for me to do. It's just a little bit of discipline. Can't lose discipline. So yeah, that's a big thing for me. And yeah, I'm not too worried about the golf at all. I know it's kind of weird to say that after a year of poor results, but I've played it my whole life, and so has everyone out here at such a high level. And yeah, you just never know when it could all click, and you just need to put yourself in the right frame of mind and just give yourself the best opportunity to make sure that that special week comes out.
Been asking guys a big personal goal for 26. How do you goal set? Do you have one in mind?
Yeah, a big one for me is to make top 50. It's a little wider goal than maybe my last couple of years. My last couple of years I was probably too focused on trying to make President's Cup and Ryder Cup team and really wanted to win. But I haven't vocalized those goals too much. But yeah, I think this year I just want to stay healthy, and a big personal goal would be top 50.
As far as the lessons learned from a season ago, Sahith fell prey to what happens to so many guys on the PGA Tour, trying to play through an injury. It was that oblique that he had strained the early part of the season. He said the biggest thing for him, and he didn't get, quote, 100% until the fall at the the Bay Current Classic in Yokohama in Japan, and then wasn't regaining his speed until the RSM Classic in Bermuda towards the very end of the year. Normally his ball speed's around 177, 178. He said he was closer to 170, 171 last year, but he assured me he is 100% and ready to go at the Sony Open.
Yeah, that's good to hear, George. There's a lot of Sahith Theegala fans out there waiting for him to be back on tour. So good to hear that. And George, thank you so much. We'll see you throughout the rest of the week.